This is Jrod from the Sellouts, and today I'm going to talk about something a little different. Thinking about a companion bike for my beautiful Bonnie. I really wanted to go for a ride before it got too hot, so let's talk about second motorcycles. And by that I mean companion motorcycles rather than replacement motorcycles. So that got me thinking, well, if I get to a financial place that a secure enough financial place that I can buy a second motorcycle, what do I want? I decided I was going to jump on the bike, take a ride, and talk about it with you fine folks. All 56 of you. By the way, we just hit 56. Thank you so much to everyone that subscribed. Mike and I started this channel as a joke, and a joke and a wink of like, but maybe though. Everybody, I mean, other people do it on YouTube all the time. Why can't two dipshits like us do it? But sincerely, thank you everyone for subscribing. It's super fun and encouraging to see that you like our particular brand of nonsense. And make no mistake, it's all nonsense. So let's talk about the parameters. Maybe that'll be a good way to go. Rather than starting with like what I definitely don't want, we'll do the kind of things I'm looking for in a companion motorcycle to this. I would like affordable, first of all. I'm not going to spend another $14,000 on a second motorcycle. That's just not going to happen. I'm happy that I have this motorcycle. I will not finance another bike. So what do I want then? Lightweight is key. I really want something more nimble and light on its feet than my Bonnie. Now, don't get it twisted. I love this motorcycle. And while it's not the most heavy bike, it's not a giant thumping cruiser or a top heavy adventure bike. For what it is pretty darn agile. I can't really complain too much. It does what I need it to do when I need it to do it. However, I think I would really like something a little lighter on its feet and a little less heavy to weigh around. So, affordable, namely, because I don't want to finance again. Lightweight, because it's just, I want something more playful and nimble that I can dip around town. So I'm sure a lot of you can see where this is going. That leads us very distinctly to Japanese bikes, because dollar for dollar, it's hard to beat a quality Japanese motorcycle. I've ridden a few, not enough. I want to ride more, but man, if they are just well built, well engineered machines overall. With cool, yeah, good job. I definitely do not want a cruiser. With recent developments and what I want out of riding, it's not for me. Cruiser's not for me. I'm not a Harley guy, and I like Japanese bikes, but I don't really. They don't do it for me. And at the end of the day, motorcycling's a lot about style over, you know, substance. And yes, substance important, but style. I mean, I think if we're all honest with ourselves, style is more paramount than anything else. So the cruisers don't do it for me. The adventure bikes don't do it for me. They're prohibitively expensive, generally speaking. They're just so top heavy and bulky. It's not for me. I also don't think I want to settle for like a 400, like a 350 or a 400, because that was my first thought, was maybe one of the new Triumph 400s. Those are fun little machines, and I could really have a lot of fun with those. You're okay. It's all right. No problem. No problem. That was rare. I originally thought something like a Triumph Speed 400, maybe one of the new Enfield, if it ever comes to the U.S., the Gorilla 450. That sounded cool. I like the looks of it, but I don't really think so now. I think I've changed my mind. A viable possibility would be a mini moto, like a Grom, because that would scratch the itch of, the old saying, better to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow, or a faster bike altogether, like an MT-09. or a Street Triple RS. I had a great time with the Street Triple RS. That is a phenomenal bike, and I'm old enough now and careful enough that I feel like I could ride a pretty sporty ride on that without wrapping myself around a tree and breaking myself in multiple places. We have narrowed down quite a bit the things I want to do. I'm thinking right now the MT-07 or MT-09, depending on what kind of deal I can get. I think I'm sticking away from Honda. Those just don't do it for me unless, like I said, unless I decide to go the Grom route. I'm gonna steer away from Honda. Aesthetically, I'm not thrilled by the looks of their motorcycles. That leaves Suzuki, Kawasaki, and Yamaha. So, kind of a running list here in my head is an MT-07, an MT-09, a GSX 8S, I think it is. It's the naked one, not the sport bike. Because little thing I forgot to mention, I also don't want a sport bike. So we have Kawasaki Z series, which, some people say they're boring. I think they look kind of neat. I'd like to ride one. And if Kawasaki does another demo day around, I'm definitely going to try to hit it. Yeah, Kawasaki Z series, the Suzuki GSX 8S, I think it is, like an 800cc, which I do like. They also, as of time of recording, released a preview for their Retro series, which are really just dressed up GSXs, but they still look cool. Or, and this is a weird one, the SV650, because damn if I don't like the looks of those bikes. They just look so cool. I think they're really neat looking. There's 20 plus years behind those things. They could be really fun. As far as Triumph goes, I'm a Triumph guy. I really, really love my Triumphs. Potentially the Street Triple R. The RS was fun, but I just don't know if I want to pay that kind of price to get something that I can't use all the way, and I might even go that way with the R. However, I might try the Trident again, because that might scratch the itch I'm looking for. It's significantly lighter than the Bonnie. Um, very usable power, still fun. But anyways, the real reason I'm making this video is because I want some feedback. I've kind of laid out what I intend to do with my second bike, and I want to hear from anybody that cares to voice their opinion. There are no wrong answers. Like I said, even if you people out there are like, no, you should try an adventure bike, I will listen to. One of the things I pride myself on as a person is that I am always willing to change my opinion if I have convincing argument. That's what YouTube channels are. They're opinions, essentially. Yeah, I know there's people that do shut up, whatever, blah, blah. But for my money, I want your opinions. The Bonnie's not going anywhere, but, it's heavy sometimes. It's hot in the summer sometimes. And sometimes I want to zip a little faster than this 500-pound monster can do. So, yeah, that's what we're after. They say opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Well, this is your chance to be an asshole. Let's rewrap before I close it out. I want to buy a second bike someday. I don't want a cruiser. I don't want an adventure bike per se, unless I get some really compelling arguments for either. I don't necessarily want to do a small displacement motorcycle because I love the thrill. And as far as touring goes, that's another video I'll make down the road. I've kind of changed my opinions on what I want to do. But I don't need anything like a sport tour because they're just so expensive. So remember, affordability, lightweight, durable, and aesthetics. That's what we're going for. But yeah, if you have a compelling argument, I'll listen to anything. I'm willing to be convinced. Let me know your thoughts, opinions. Basically, share with me your asshole. Nope, let's not say it that way. Share with me your opinion. And this is not just a, cry for engagement. That's not really what we're after. Even though I would love that, that's not why I'm doing this. I just wanted to get some opinions from people and see kind of, we've got 56 whole subscribers as of this morning. And, I've had some good comments. I've had some people really give me some good opinions on this Bonnie when I got some feedback. So, yeah, Let me know what everybody thinks, and let's talk about it. This is your chance. All right, laters.